Introduction. Humanity. A word that seems simple, yet it represents millions of years of survival, innovation, and imagination. Today, we walk the earth as the dominant species, but our story is anything but simple. To understand who we are, we must look back at where it all began. The first steps. Our story begins in Africa, roughly 7 million years ago, when some of our earliest ancestors learned to walk upright. Standing on two legs freed their hands, and hands freed creativity. Simple stones were transformed into sharp tools. Sticks became spears. These inventions were small victories against the world, each one increasing the chance to survive. These early humans were not strong compared to many other animals. They were, however, remarkably adaptable. They learned to observe, experiment, and improvise. And it was this adaptability that set the stage for what was to come. Mastering fire. Around 1 million years ago, humans discovered fire. Controlling fire was a revolution. Fire gave warmth, safety from predators, and cooked food that increased our energy. But fire also created something else: community. People gathered around glowing flames, shared stories, and perhaps even invented the first spoken languages. Fire was not just a tool, it was a spark for imagination, a light for our minds. The Neanderthals and rival species. For thousands of years, humans were not alone. In Europe, Neanderthals roamed strong, intelligent, and adapted to harsh climates. They hunted, survived, and thrived. Some even interbred with early humans, leaving traces in our DNA today. Yet, it was Homo sapiens who eventually spread across the globe. What gave us the edge? Not raw strength, but cooperation, creativity, and the ability to plan beyond the present moment. While Neanderthals were powerful, humans were social thinkers. The rise of Homo sapiens, modern humans, fully emerged around 200,000 years ago. Within tens of thousands of years, they left Africa and adapted to every environment: deserts, tundras, jungles, and islands. Our strength was not physical alone. We could invent, organize, and communicate. Imagination became our greatest tool. By dreaming of possibilities, humans could achieve the impossible. The agricultural revolution. Around 12,000 years ago, humans transitioned from hunters and gatherers to farmers. This change led to villages, then cities. Food surpluses allowed people to pursue art, religion, and science. But agriculture also created social hierarchies. Some controlled the land while others labored. Kingdoms and empires emerged, and with them, law, warfare, and civilization itself. Civilization and writing. Writing was the ultimate gift of early civilizations. In Mesopotamia, humans recorded trade, laws, and stories. In Egypt, massive pyramids rose as monuments to human ingenuity. In Greece, philosophy asked profound questions: what is truth? What is justice? Who are we? Through writing, knowledge became permanent. Experience was no longer limited to memory. Humanity began to accumulate wisdom, which allowed us to innovate further. Industry and science. For thousands of years, progress was slow. Then the Industrial Revolution, only 250 years ago, changed everything. Steam engines, electricity, trains, and later computers and the internet amplified human power beyond imagination. Humans now had the ability to reshape the planet. Yet with power comes responsibility. Every innovation carried potential for both creation and destruction. The mind and culture. Humans are defined not just by biology, but by the mind. A rock is not only a rock, it can be a weapon, a tool, or a symbol. This ability to create meaning gave rise to art, music, and literature. Language allowed us to share knowledge, myths gave us identity, and writing gave us memory. Step by step, humanity built a culture spanning continents and millennia. Conclusion of Part 1. Humanity's early journey shows our remarkable adaptability. From simple stones to thriving cities, from fire to writing, we achieved what no other species has. But the story does not end here. The next part will explore our cultural evolution, intellectual achievements, and the future of humanity, bridging the past with the potential of tomorrow. Introduction. We have traveled millions of years, from early humans using stones and fire to building cities and empires. Yet, the most remarkable journey of humanity lies not only in survival, but in thought, culture, and imagination. In this part, we explore how humans evolved intellectually, socially, and what the future may hold. The power of the mind. Humans are unique because we can imagine what does not yet exist. A tree is more than wood and leaves; it can be shelter, food, or a symbol of life. This ability to see beyond the tangible allows humans to create, plan, and innovate. Early humans painted caves, carved figurines, and sang songs. These were not merely decorative, they were expressions of thought, emotion, and identity. Each stroke, each melody carried meaning. The birth of language. Language emerged around 50,000 years ago, and with it, the ability to share complex ideas. With language, humans could coordinate large groups, teach skills, and tell stories that span generations. Language is more than communication; it is a tool for imagination. It allows myths, traditions, and knowledge to survive long after an individual has passed. Communities thrived because they could communicate, plan, and dream together. Art, myth, and belief. Art and myth were central to human societies. Cave paintings, sculptures, and later, written stories provided shared meaning. Myths explained the unknown, the sun, the storms, life, and death. Beliefs united people. A shared understanding of the world built trust, and trust allowed societies to flourish. Religion and storytelling were social glue that held communities together. Knowledge and memory. Writing transformed humanity. Knowledge could be stored, shared, and expanded. Mathematics, astronomy, medicine, and engineering became possible because humans could record and teach. This accumulation of knowledge was exponential. Every generation stood on the shoulders of those before, building taller and reaching farther. Humanity became a species that could plan for the long term and envision futures decades, centuries, even millennia ahead. Philosophy and science. Humans began asking fundamental questions: who are we? Why do we exist? What is the nature of the universe? Philosophy nurtured curiosity, and science turned it into understanding. Experimentation, observation, and reasoning allowed humans to see patterns in nature and predict outcomes. With science, the human mind became a tool for shaping reality itself. Technology and global connection. The wheel, printing press, electricity, steam engines, and the internet. Each technological leap brought humans closer together. Today, an idea from one corner of the globe can influence billions in seconds. Yet with this power comes responsibility. Technology can create or destroy. Artificial intelligence, nuclear energy, and genetic engineering are tools that could define the survival or downfall of humanity. Society and culture. As humans built cities and civilizations, culture became central. Music, literature, art, and philosophy formed the foundation of identity and belonging. Shared culture allowed humans to cooperate in unprecedented ways. Societies grew larger, more complex, and interconnected. Trade, law, and governance created order, but also introduced inequality and conflict. Still, culture remained the bridge connecting human minds across generations. The future of humanity. Now, humans face choices no ancestor could have imagined. Will we enhance ourselves through biotechnology? Will artificial intelligence reshape our cognition? Will we explore other planets or even become a multiplanetary species? Or if we fail, could humanity collapse under the weight of its own creations? The future is uncertain. But the story is not finished. Humans have always adapted, invented, and persevered. Our imagination, our cooperation, and our courage will determine what comes next. Conclusion. From the first stone tools to rockets and artificial intelligence, humanity's journey is defined by thought, creativity, and connection. We are fragile, yet powerful, imperfect, yet endlessly innovative. The greatest question remains: who are we, and where are we going? The answer is still unwritten, because humanity is still writing its story, and the story continues